there, YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out the 242nd most popular project in all games, that is Envelopes of Cash, the college football recruiting game. A Euro-style board game where players use impermissible payments to recruit elite college athletes, presumably. So Envelopes of Cash. So I picked this one specifically because I saw the theme and I love the theme, and I'm very interested to see what's not quite hitting the mark here. When you're sitting at 242nd in the popularity chart, that is just stagnation. And I will say, though, it's funded. And I think it's got such an interesting theme. It's going to have some bulletproof armor here where people are just going to be like, all right, I'm willing to take a little bit of a flyer on this game. But as you can see, like $13,000 in this territory, that's a good chunk of cash. So good for them. Funded in under 48 hours. Don't care. Maybe we'll get some useful information there. Are there stretch goals that are being unlocked? Are there daily unlocks? You know, some sort of information would be great. And then also here, you put the player count, the time link, the age, but I could barely see it. And I'm scared. Yep, I'm scared if I do that. Dang it. Yeah, there's. I'm trying to see. So it's 2 to 4, 90 minutes. I could barely read it. So I would make that a little bit bigger, if at all possible. Because I know when I click on this video, it's going to look nice and big. But actually, it doesn't even look that big. And plus a solo mode. So no, it's not 2 to 4. It's just a 1 to 4 player game. Don't be scared to say it. 90 minutes for 2 players. I can't even read this. Do min per additional. Plus 30 minutes per additional players. So that is so tiny, it feels like you're trying to hide it right there. What's up, Sean? I've had the same relationship with sports as the guy that runs the ice cream sandwich channel. In other words, bad. So as always, when we go into this, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
Hi, my name is Andy Schwartz, and I am the lead designer on Envelopes of Cash.
All right, so first things first. I like the fact he's wearing the Agricola shirt. I immediately say, okay. He knows what he's talking. Well, let me rephrase that. He's not one of those people who's played, like, just Catan, Monopoly, and then made the game. Because we've all seen plenty of those Kickstarter projects. So I like the fact he's spotlighting that there.
Welcome to our Kickstarter. I hope you'll find this game really fun. Our goal was to combine a solid Euro board game with a very American theme of under-the-table payments to college athletes. I hope you'll enjoy out recruiting your friends, your enemies, your rivals. The game has 12 rounds, 1 for each month of the recruiting calendar. Each turn, you'll have a card draft where you'll choose a new element of your program based on culture.
So I love the idea of this video. I like what he's doing here. He started with a personal touch, and now we're getting into the gameplay, the theme, the mechanics, the artwork. I like that. I'd like to see it zoomed in a little bit more. We got the banners around the outside, which, they look thematic, but I'd rather, if at all possible, just see it a little bit bigger. FYI, Windows key plus Shift key plus S equals built-in Windows screen capture tool. Yes, I actually learned that a couple months ago, and it's just been a godsend. But anywho, I do like this card, though. I like the artwork. I like the style.
Culture.
Number down there in the bottom. I always like that.
Facilities, personnel, or added fundraising capacity.
So I wish this was going just a little bit slower because I like reading the cards. Coach with Houston roots. You score 1 for each of your Texas cards currently in play. And that, as a football, I'm a diehard fan of sports in general. So that sounds thematic. I'm like, whoa. Because that's really how it works. This is cool.
Or added fundraising capacity.
I wanted to read that card. Dang it. So it's just too fast. I wanted to read the purple card. Northeast Fundraising. Spend 1 envelope to get 1 cash and optionally move the bus 1 space. So there's going to be a bus moving as well. I'm excited. I want it zoomed in on that board.
Capacity. The starting player will then roll a fistful of dice, and you'll use these dice to earn the envelopes of cash you need to make sub-rosa payments to America's best high school football players.
And you're traveling around the country a la Ticket to Ride style, but you're recruiting 5-star, 4-star athletes, whatever. This is cool. Sounds like a set mechanic. It does. But I'm still like, I'm loving how they're interweaving the theme with all these mechanisms that I typically don't see, about football.
To have them come join your college program. Each month, you'll then take turns putting your cards into play, using their bonuses, making under-the-table payments, making recruiting visits, signing recruits to letters of intent, running marketing campaigns, and if there's nothing else to do with your cash, you can head to Vegas to gamble. When the game ends, you want to have maximized your recruiting points through a combination of points from your cards, points from the quality of your recruits.
It's just, I don't routinely think of the words Eurogame and Vegas. Like those two just, they generally don't mush together. But I like the idea of it.
As well as some major end-of-game bonuses for having recruited players covering as many different football positions as possible and having maxed out the recruiting possibilities of your favorite region of the country. When you're finished, you can reshuffle the recruits and reshuffle the deck and play a very different game all over again, because with 132 total cards for 12 months of play, no two plays will ever be the same.
That was a very good 132 cards, card drafting, lots of different variety. You know, it's why do people love Terraforming Mars? It's because every time you go to Terraform Mars, you can terraform in a different way. And I'm getting that vibe as well. Maybe not as strong. I thought that was really well done video.
A quick note of clarification. Although the images in this video are mostly from online digital implementations of the game, this Kickstarter is for a physical tabletop version of the game.
Okay. I don't think many people were thinking it wasn't, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about clarification. So 124 backers. It's funded $13,000. Awesome. Love to see that. Envelopes of cash by Andy Schwartz. Andy is an antitrust economist who focuses on sports economics, especially related to college football and basketball. He's worked on several major lawsuits around whether and how college athletes get paid, and is well acquainted with the underground economy of bagmen and $100 handshakes. He's also really into Euro-style board games. Oh my gosh. I immediately don't like the video now because you did your personal touch, and that was solid, but I feel like this got me way more intrigued about you and the game in general. Knowing that you're someone who swims in that world. You know, you're deeply immersed in that theme, so thus the thematic nature of it's going to come across. And I felt like it did on the video. And we have one collaborator here. Awesome. So, do I want it? Yes. I am grandfathered. Like, if you like, you know, college football, I feel like this is a theme that's naturally going to appeal to a lot of people. But I think overall, it also looks like just a really interesting game. So do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Not quite sure. I feel comfortable. Actually, you know what? You're somewhat of a public figure, being a lawyer. And I imagine you don't want a black eye. You know, if this game sucked and it was terrible and everybody hated it and it didn't come out, it was a big scam. So, you know, that would just be a huge black eye to this person. So can you do it? I do feel somewhat comfortable with that. Also, the fact that it looks like a Euro game. So envelopes of cash, board naming has never felt so shady. Rough artist rendering of tentative version of the box cover, subject to change in a moment's notice. I'd love to know the size of the box as well. Envelopes captures Euro-style board game with a very American theme. College football recruiting, players square off as rival college players, yada yada. Gameplay is driven by a card draft. Yep, this is all good stuff. So we have a preview. No thank you. Where's the gameplay? I want a gameplay. Each turn players will weigh their options as to which form of listed payment they want to do. 120 cards that drive the game's story. This is awesome. I just kind of want to see the price, component list. You know, is there two versions of this? Is there going to be a deluxe version or a regular version? Is there expansion or the stretch goals? There's so much information I want to know right now, and it's not just more of the same that you told me in the video. Like, I don't want to go in depth on the gameplay right here. Like, that's nice. I just want to know the price. This is all good stuff. I just want the price first. Do love the concept. Yeah, this looks great. Like the art style, state value tokens. I love the fact they're zooming in on all this. This is great. Here we go. Price. Took forever. $65 base game. Retailer pack. 6-pack. 15-pack. Nobody's taking this. Nobody's taking that. That's such a weird... Like, that just screams, hey, I'm not that deep into the Kickstarter hobby. Like, you might be playing board games, but if you feel like there's going to be a 15-pack that's going to sell well on here, I just... No. Like, I've never... That's such a weird pledge level to me. But anywho, $10. Not into gaming. Weird, right? But want to show you support. So, gag me with a spoon. So, you can't give me a $1 thank you level. It's the $10. Hey, give us $10 and you can say thank you. And yes, I know you can still go here and back for $1, but it's just... So, the base game, we got 118 people. Yeah, why would you limit it to 1,500? Like, if you get 1,501 orders, at that point, don't you pivot and say, well, I guess we're going to make a 2,000 print run, and I'm just going to make straight cash off those last 499, or more realistically, a 3,000 print run, and then you know, it's just, that's so weird to me when I see people do this, unless it is just a straight up pre-order. October 2022, so it could be. This might actually already be in the pipes. Interesting. Okay, 118 backers. 6 packs. So this feels like a lawyer who had the money and just said, I'm just going to do it, and then we're going to run a Kickstarter to help recoup part of the money. That's kind of the vibe I get there. Which, not say that in a negative way. It's just, it is what it is. You got the money, why not? 6 packs, envelopes, cash, nobody's taking that. 15, yeah, nobody's taking that. And I bet they spaced it out too. So what's 15 times 60? So that's 600, that's 900 copies right there. That's another 1,200 right there. So there's 2,100 print runs. So that's putting us at a 3,600. So probably a 4,000 print run. I don't know. Doing some math here. I don't know. That's interesting. Anywho, add-ons. Sponsor a card. 3x4 poster. Adopt a card. Adopt a card. Adopt a card. What is this? This seems like the kind of pledge level. So once again, I'm getting a very heavy new to Kickstarter vibe here. Like, let me check this real quick. No, 22 backed. This is just weird. Like, what is this? Why do I want this? Beside the base game or buying a game poster, we really encourage you to sponsor or adopt a card. Sponsoring a card basically gets you the inside scoop on the development process. We CC you on drafts, you see behind the curtains in the artist talk shop, etc. Adopting a card gets you all that and a lot more. When you adopt a card, you get to submit. So you got to put your face in there. Typically, people just do this as a pledge level. I'm very curious as to why this couldn't just be a pledge level. Add-on. So they take your picture, they put it in. This is cool, though. I will say that's awesome. And then we got card artwork. I'd like to see this zoomed in. I'd rather see, instead of, what is this, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6x3? Why not 3x6? So that way we get, like, really in-depth on the cards, because that's what we're here for. The card drafting seems to be the big buckaroo of the show. Stretch goals. Oh, so we do have stretch goals. I think this should be higher. I feel like this is way more valuable, too, on that main image than funded in 48 hours. Oh, we've had stretch goals. Add a new dimension of strategy to the basic game with 12 new head coach cards. Before the game starts, players draft a head coach card, which gives each player a unique ability. Wow. That's actually a fantastic stretch goal. I mean, you want to hit that. Add yet another dimension of strategy to the game with secret recruiting board cards. Each player starts the game with a targeted list of state position goals. Land them for serious bonus points. All right, and then wooden player tokens, a plastic pyramid standing for recruiting bosses. Those are great stretch goals. Hopefully this hits them, but 240 seconds. That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard sell. I mean, just people are not gonna be finding this, either on Magic or popularity at 242. And then even if they're sorted by new, eventually they're just gonna run out. Pledges of $10 receive access to our Tabletopia version of the game set for 2 to 4 players. Okay, so then why don't we do a one? Wait, what? Receive access to a so you could play it on Tabletopia. 3 people. Okay, that makes that $10 pledge level make more sense. Wonder if the create is going to pop back in. He was here earlier. Oh, was he? Cool. Pledges of 65 more will continue to have access to this digital version of the games after the game is released. Oh. So quite honestly, yeah, so now that shopping area should say $65 gets to the base game plus Tabletopia version. And then immediately that price point feels better to me. Because right now, it's $65. So it's $5 more than MSRP. We haven't even started to talk about shipping yet. So we're looking probably about $15 to $20 above MSRP for this game. Component-wise, I haven't been wowed on the components yet because you haven't shown me a long, sexy scrolling shot of exactly what's all in the game. You've told me there's 132 cards. I know there's a board, there's a little bus that goes around, but I still haven't seen just a shot of everything set up. And this isn't it. Like, if you got a prototype version of it, this is great. I see, are these big player boards? So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thick player boards in addition to what is that? Like a quad fold board, a Ticket to Ride size board, tons of stuff. Like this right here, I think sells the game so much better and makes you say, oh, $65. Also, I just need a better grasp of the size of the box too. 4 recruiting calendars. Oh, so this is the this is the box contents. 132 by 22 game board. I'd also put that in centimeters as well. Because I say, put it in inches, put it in centimeters. Just both. Cards, 120 cards. Recruit tokens, 40 recruit tokens. Calendars like this. I want to zoom in on this. I want to see this. How big is this? What's the size on these? Booster bucks, envelopes of cash. These are chits, player tokens, recruiting buses, estate value tokens. So that's cool. You're moving your buses around. The dice. D12. I would have looked maybe into somebody on Fiverr on this one, honestly, because this has everything it needs. It's just the way that it's done. It doesn't. Honestly, just go. Like that's a long, sexy scrolling shot, but it just wasn't sexy. It was a long scrolling shot. Andy Schwartz, envelopes of cash. Oh, here we go. Rule booklet. Looking for that. Awesome. Clickable. Like it. Envelopes of cash. Hopefully there's a soul in there. The family version makes things easier for younger children or more casual gaming. Wow. I don't think if a virtual version of a tabletop game is a product I want to pay money for. I consider it a form of advertising. I could see that, but I mean, there's 3 people who bought this pledge level presumably for it, so there is a market. I don't know. I don't play a lot of games online, so I'm in the same boat. Envelopes of cash, quick start, short guide. Oh yeah, but I also feel like that was kind of sprung on me as well. I feel like that's a big selling point potentially. It's ages 13 plus, but we also have a family version, which brings it back down to ages 8 plus, 9 plus, 10 plus, whatever that is. I feel like that could be mentioned because to me as a gamer, as a parent, this gives this game a lot more value because now I'm like, okay, I'd probably play it with my 10-year-old maybe right now, my 9-year-old. Or, excuse me, my 9-year-old. Call him 10. And so then we have symbol. So I'm looking at the rules. Symbol and terminology glossary. Don't like this. Where's the component setup? There it is. Component. The setup. No. Okay. But there are lots of pictures, illustrations, examples. I do like this. I love that graphic right there. Okay. Looks solid. Ooh, we're getting really texty here. Lots of. Woo. Wow. Wowzers. That's a big rule booklet, but it looks serviceable. Looks good. If you like sleeves, you can get these as an add-on. How much do I pay for them? $4. Okay. Why isn't that in the add-on area? Like there was already an add-on area. That seems odd. Here we go. Full gameplay. Booyah. This is what I want to see.
Run a marketing campaign.
Is this...
And left, I could move the bus. Oh yes,
Okay, cool. So yeah, full gameplay. I feel like that's way more valuable than the gameplay than the preview to most people. Because what is this? This is this is someone talking on a radio of something. Join the big show. Cool. Creators, stuff, person, thing, 100 classical. I don't know what's going on. Illustrator thing, stuff, gamma. Ooh, that looks good. Long pack games and toys. I do like that. It makes me feel more comfortable in the can you do it. I would say that whenever you mention your manufacturer, your shipper, things like that. Little details that you already know at the very beginning of your campaign, they just make things look good. Member of Gamba. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. So we have right now a 118 print run. Okay. Interesting. 125 backers, raised $13,000. So is that $100 a backer? That is $100 a backer. Okay, so that seems really high for a $65 game. Also, where's the shipping? Did we mention shipping at all? Or did I just gloss over it? No? Nope. Shipping? Risk and challenges? Shipping? People? Nope. Oh, it's shipping. That's a full point grade drop right there. You gotta have the shipping information. I mean, I don't know the size of the box, and I don't know the cost of shipping. Shipping is missing. Yeah, come on. You gotta have that. That's super important. FAQ. No FAQ. I have a question. How much is the shipping? Updates. Adopt a card update. Good sighting to all. The EOC team is prepared to heading off this evening to Reno for the Gamma Expo, sort of American Essen light show. For those who don't know, Essen is the giant annual board game exposition. So, no comments, one comment, no comments. Those are terrible updates. Just objectionably bad. It doesn't matter what you put in them because they're not engaging anyone. A grand total of 8 hearts. You have, and that's extra bad too with a game like this because you know exactly who is in the room. College football fans who also happen to be board game fans. You could literally get more engagement by just asking a random football question, which I would normally say is too narrow because then it's going to completely alienate anybody else. But for this one, like there's got to be some Kickstarter funds. Honey, what's that thing you said? Envelopes of cash on the credit card statement. For those purposes, this is as you'll notice. Wow, this is in depth. This is meaty. This is a lot of work too, for no comments. Like that's rough. So you need to mix it up there. Kind supporters of Evelyn's Cap, today is the first Saturday of our Kickstarter campaign. I'm happy to report we have crossed the 1,205. First is a quick reminder how far we've come already. This means we're at 122% funding level, which is awesome, and people who played the game already really like it. For example, here's what Becca Scott and Jake Michaels had to play. Oh, wow, Becca Scott. That's Becca Scott. So they paid some cash for that video. Oh, my goodness. I didn't realize that was Becca Scott when we got there. Oh, yowzers. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Woo! Okay, let's see what we got. Hello, this project isn't EU friendly, right? It's possible to add more games with Pledge Manager. In this case, shipping will be cheaper. I'm guessing since I don't quite know what EU friendly means. Oh no! Okay. So I'm assuming this is not going to ship anywhere outside the United States, which is fine, but mention it earlier. So everyone else outside the United States of America who was interested in this game didn't just waste all their time. Can't ask questions or comments if not a backer, and can't back anything without shipping costs, can you? It seems I pass here. Yeah, that's a hard one. I think we're going to handle the pledge management in-house, but will allow people to increase orders, and yes, the shipping costs should be cheaper for larger orders. Congratulations on reaching your funding goal. I'm a huge college football fan. WVU has been my team since I was born, LOL. Yeah, right there. Justin, nobody asked you, Justin. Nobody asked you to talk about football. And you did. You still did. Because you get a bunch of people who like a particular topic in a room together, they're going to talk about the topic eventually. It will come up. It will come up, and then people talk, people chit-chat. You should not just be popping in there, which is great that you are popping in there, but you should be engaging, bringing that up in your updates. It might be a little too late now, because it looks like people have just completely zoned out your updates, which sucks, because that's when you don't even get the hearts. That's when people are like, oh yeah, I'm not clicking on this. Just okay. Thank you so much. The Reggie Bush scandal would be in game terms something like the paying 4 gray envelopes to cash and SoCabs. Cool. I also enjoyed meeting you at Dice Tower West. It was great meeting you at Dice Tower West. Cool. So these are people that actually played the game. And that makes sense. This feels like this would be a really great convention game. Because if you're at a convention and you see this game, and you're a fan of football, it's like, oh, I'm way, way more interested in checking that out. But the bottom line is, 14 comments, 4 updates with a grand total of 1 comment. And that's why we're sitting at the 242nd most popular project on Kickstarter right now. Games, excuse me. And that's going to be really hard to dig yourself out of the hole. Even, throwing money at Becca Scott. I would quite honestly, I hate to say this because it is funded, but I would reach out to your backers and say, this did not launch off quite how we were hoping it to. And I think we all really want to hit these stretch goals. Do you have any ideas moving forward? What would your thoughts be on a relaunch with, your initial enthusiasm, then we could maybe market this Becca Scott video a little bit more, or do this or that or the other thing, because this seems to have everything it needs. I mean, let's go over it. It did have a long scrolling shot. I'd like to see that edited together a little bit. It's got a gameplay video of people we know. It's got previews. I'd like to see a how to play video. That'd be amazing. You could market the family video, the family version a little bit more here. I think that'd be solid as well. The solo mode, I'd love to know some more information about that. There's just a lot of things in this that I didn't feel like were presented great at first glance. And then that bumped up with the fact that it took forever to get to the price. The add-on section feels wonky. I just don't feel like this is a really solid project. And once again, I'm not grading the game. I'm grading the Kickstarter presentation of the game. And I'm the target market. I am 100% the target. Look at this. I'm the target market. I love sports. Sports ball. I got a White Sox tattoo. But I'm still like, ugh. It's just like, it's dicey. It's like, oh, we don't have any shipping information. I don't know the size of the box. It's just, it seems like this was, I hate to put it like this. It seems like someone from outside of the Kickstarter spectrum just was like, "Pew, I'm going to punch my way into the Kickstarter spectrum. I know what the hell I'm doing." And they did, to a large extent. But then a lot of it they didn't. And it stinks because I would love to see this project get big. Like, if this could start hitting more stretch goals, the more cards this game gets, the more value it's going to add. $65 seems reasonable, especially when I consider how big that board is and how big all the player boards are, and the drafting and the different, the pick up and deliver and all the different mechanisms, and the fact that you're making a very thematic passion project and you're a gamer yourself. Like, there's so many good things going for this game, and yet I'm still just like, meh. So I'm going to give this one a D+. Envelopes of Cash, the college football recruiting game, it just did not do it for me. I love so much about the game, but still at the end of the day, I'm like, I got to at least at the very minimum know the shipping. But let me know in the comments below, what is your final grade for Envelopes of Cash, the college football recruiting game? And as always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers to celebrate my 10-year anniversary of making YouTube comment. Bye-bye.